All right, sound off if when you guys show up. Do me a favor. How's it going, Ed? I'm gonna wait for a couple guys to show up here. I just want to get a couple of you guys in here before I start talking and going over kind of what I was talking about here. How's it going, Chris? Patrick? Hold on, let me see that. Leeches are night crawlers for walleye in early summer. Well, we're past early summer. Yeah, I'm very happy, Chris. You know I can't do the heat. Patrick, I'm gonna answer that right now because it's past early summer. Right now, I would honestly go with leeches up until the water gets down below like 55 degrees. Then the leeches start curling up and it's back to night crawlers at that point. But what I'm going to do here is, like I said, I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up. Hopefully, I was going to announce this and I'm like half asleep right now. I've had a long day. I've had a long couple of weeks. But yeah, I was going to try and like announce this so I could get a bunch of you guys in here. But I figured I'd start out simple. I'm going to try and do these, I don't know, maybe once or twice a month. Comment, how many times a month would you guys want to do like a Q&A with me? I want to try and help out a little bit better. And I think this is going to be the best way because then you guys ask the questions and I can answer them fairly quickly. I'm going to write all these down. And what I'm going to end up doing is basically I'm going to make a video answering each one of your questions. So comment what you guys want to know about, and then basically after we get a couple good ones put together, I'll let you guys know how many I'm going to do, and then I'll do a video basically answering all those. Because like I said, the easiest way to do this is going to be ask you guys. You can get a direct question to me, and then I'll make a whole video, and then that way I can kind of go into detail, kind of like Patrick asked about leeches or crawlers. That's not really a deep detail. Plus early summer, like if you guys actually want to know about early summer walleye, I start with crawlers every year, but I actually start with minnows before that. So just a tip. If I'm looking over here, it's because I have the computer up. It makes it easier for me to read your stuff. That way, if the comments go away, I can still read them. As far as ice fishing partners go, I run around so hectically in the wintertime. Like every day, I don't know if I'm getting up and I'm driving 4 or 5 hours. It's pretty crazy like that. So if I go to a body of water that you happen to fish often, I might hit you up and see if we can meet up. Other than that, I don't really make too many plans unless I'm gonna get a couple people together. Steven, favorite snack to eat while ice fishing? My favorite snack to eat while ice fishing is summer sausage. All winter long, I bring chunks of summer sausage with me. All right, what do we got? 11 people here. Okay, so like I was saying before, for anybody that wasn't here, I'm gonna do, comment below. I want to know how many times a month would be like too much or whatever to do Q&As. I want to do like videos like this where I can do a live, have you guys ask me directly, and then I can make a separate video that's going to be basically a response to all your questions. That way I can kind of wrap it up and I can actually make, in-depth, detailed responses. That way it helps you guys out the most. Nate, I can answer that right now. I use Pline Fluoroclear. It's a copolymer. So basically, I don't know if you know what a copolymer is. It's basically a mix between mono and fluorocarbon. It's sensitive like fluorocarbon. It's got the abrasion resistance of fluorocarbon, but it casts and has the flexibility and like limpness of uh, mono. So like it's like the best of all worlds, and I actually have it on almost every open water rod. I run that. So, I mean, if you guys if you're trying to figure out like if you want to run that all year, I run it year round. I don't know if you can see it. That spool right there is like 5 years old. That's a 5,000. I think it's a 5,000 yard spool, a 4 pound P-line Fluoroclear, and I bought that because every winter I switch over my reels from summer into my winter reels. I have videos on that, but I basically switch everything over, and then when I do that I re-spool a lot of things, and most of my ice fishing rods have 4 pound test on them. Otherwise I run 6 pound in the same stuff, but I don't usually go too much heavier than 6 pound unless I'm fishing for giant fish, which I can catch basically everything through the ice on 6 pound. So all right, let me see. We got one vote for 2 a month, 2 votes for once a month. Patrick, I kind of agree. I'm trying to think of something that, like I said, I want to make it so that you guys have a chance to formulate, like, don't just come up with goofy questions that, I mean, you can. We'll see if I answer them. But the main thing I want to do is get some, like, legit questions that I have a lot in my brain, and I have a lot to give you guys as far as, like, information. Hey, thanks, Peterson. I appreciate that. I've had a rough, really, really rough last like 3 weeks, 4 weeks here. I started off with chiggers. I don't know if you guys know what chiggers are. All over my legs. That drove me insane for about 2, 3 weeks almost. And right as those were going away, I got those razor grass cuts and itchy stuff or whatever. I still don't know what I walked through that drove me insane for another 2 weeks. So yeah, that was like 4 or 5 weeks of just itchy, all hell breaks loose kind of pain. It was annoying. Follow my Instagram if you guys want to keep up with that kind of stuff. I don't usually post that on my Facebook. Sometimes I do if you guys need an update, but I don't usually make videos about it either. So we got 2 month, once a month. I'm trying to think of if you guys have season specific stuff, try to label it like that. So I'm gonna use this video afterwards. You guys can comment down below like a normal video. But if you guys have like season specific stuff like fall, summer, spring, and winter, obviously ice fishing, make sure you say that. So like if you guys want to know more about jigging for walleye, say jigging for walleye on X day or season. That way I can kind of break it down even more, and that works the best. Kevin, if I could do a Tackle Tip Tuesday like I did a full year. I don't know if you guys realize that. Like, I don't know, I got like 42 of them or something like that. But I was coming up with stuff to make sure that I was reaching Tackle Tip Tuesday for you guys so that you guys had one every Tuesday. But I don't like making stuff up. And I mean, there's a lot of tips, but the problem is a lot of my stuff is instinctual. So the thing that I, was trying to do is think outside of like myself and like give you guys like tips that I would just automatically do. So that's what I'm trying to do with these. Is you guys like I could use these questions and I could make a Tackle Tip Tuesday with them. If you guys want me to do that, I'll do that. If you guys want me to break it down and basically, I'll make a Tackle Tip Tuesday based on your questions specifically. If I can do a full video on it, if it's a couple second answer, I'm gonna put multiples in one thing. Patrick, I didn't get out fly fishing because, like I said, for almost 5 weeks here. I don't know if you caught that, but for about 5 weeks, my legs were destroyed. I started with like 2.5, 3 weeks of chigger bites all over my legs. That was making it so that I couldn't sleep at. And, basically, right as I was getting rid of the chigger bites, I went through that razor grass and I had all the whatever the itchy things I walked through, made it so that I couldn't sleep at night for those 2.5 weeks, and now I'm like just healed from all of that stuff. So no, I haven't been ice or fly fishing. I want to. I actually ended up redoing my tippet, and I still have yet to see if that works out. I'm still learning a bunch of stuff about fly fishing. That's like one of those new, like, learn way too much stuff in such a short period of time. I might have to just buy some new tippets for it, like complete ones that are like ready to go. But other than that, no, I haven't been out. I want to get out fly fishing before it's too late, but I think it's going to be cooling down here. And I'm not going to be able to get out too much more for them unless I can, I don't know. I got to learn more about it. But, so we asked all the questions for how many times a month, and then comment now. What are some of the subject matters you guys think that I should cover more of? I have, like I said, I have a plethora of stuff in my head. It just needs to be brought to the surface. So you guys, the more you can give me for like a baseline, like where to start, then I can kind of go from there. Plus, more people, like, somebody might not have a question at the top of their head right now, but it will actually, spark their interest too. So if you guys are like a genre or a type of fishing or you name it, like anything, hopefully you guys can come up with some stuff. It's really hard to do this. I don't know if you guys understand. Like, it's really, really hard to come up with a constant flow of new ideas. I give my hats off. My hat is completely off to like professionals that have this down to a science where they can do YouTube videos like every single day because they have a subject matter that they can go off of. Obviously, ice fishing. Crappie and bluegills. So, like, see, crappie and bluegills is a good start to the idea. Now, what about crappie and bluegills would people want to know more about? Like, obviously, you could go, what's the best line? What's the best lure? Where to find them X, Y, and Z time of year? You see what I mean, Nathan? Like, it kind of goes all together. And actually, Nate, I don't actually paint my own jig heads professionally. I actually have. I had them around. Hold on, I think I have. You guys are gonna love this. Okay, Nate, get yourself a girlfriend. That's how I paint my jig heads right now. I don't have a professional way of doing it. Peterson, you actually probably know how I already target most of my white bass, but I could do a video where I break down specifically how I find them more so. Bigger panfish over smaller ones that are biting. Kevin, I could do a tackle tip Tuesday on that, probably, actually, now that I think about it. Because big panfish over small panfish is like the number one thing almost everybody wants to figure out. And I just do it instinctively, like I said, and it all depends. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's little, but that one I would definitely take into consideration, like, how, like, I guess how to separate them. That's what it is. How to separate the big ones from the small ones. So that's a good one. Google Maps on. Trying to think of how I mean, I could screen record. I could do that. So there is a possibility of me of walking you guys through that. I guess I could do that for you, Patrick. That's a good one. Google Maps is like your best friend these days. I'm always surprised when I tell somebody, they're like, how did you find this spot?" And I say Google Maps, and they go, "How did you find it on Google Maps?" Once again, it's more instinctual, but I could break that down. I could break it down a lot better because there are subtle little things that I'm sure I just look at and I see it, but I could be more elaborate, obviously. Anybody else get any other good ones? These are a lot of good ones so far. I mean, I could make a complete video right now on what you guys have. Uh, Nathan, for ice fishing. I'm sorry, but there's a lot to go into for ice fishing. That is a good starting topic. Now, which of the 10,000 things that I do ice fishing do you want to know more about? Okay, Ed, that makes sense. I like that. Peterson, I don't sleep. You know that. Uh, yeah, but Ed, I could definitely break that down. I did that one video on how to read rivers. I don't know if you've seen that yet. How many of you guys that are here right now? There's 12 of you. How many of you seen my like how to read a river video? Because I did how to like I think it was like how to wade a river or how to no it was how to read a river or a creek. How many of you guys actually seen that video? Because I kind of went into pretty good detail in that one, Ed. But to add to that, the fish behavior at certain times of year, that is a big thing. Somebody's talking bacon. Bacon equals fish. Bacon over fish? Wait, is that what that was? I just caught that. I think I'd rather be fishing than eating bacon, as sacrilegious as that sounds. All right. What time? How long have we been doing this here? Bacon plus fishes. Ah, well, hey, I could catch some flatheads on bacon. I know that's a possibility. I've seen it done, so. See, and Nathan, that's what I'm getting at is like patterning them is literally you spending time on the water. Patterning them for starting points, that's a completely different video. Peterson, it works. Try it. Next spring, you know where to try it. Use a full whatchamacallit. Use like a whole chunk, like cut bacon in half and use a big old chunk. You'll catch them. Ha! Lou, don't make me block you. Flathead on hot dog chunks, bacon for snacks. I mean, that's usually how you fish rivers at night. Nate, I know for a fact that in Wisconsin, flatheads basically hibernate together in holes, and it's basically the only way you're gonna catch them 9 times out of 10 is snagging them, and I won't do that. I'm not too cool, Lou. Everybody say bye to Lou. Honestly, Kevin, I barely do. I barely use electronics. most of the summer. I have, like I said, it's such an instinctual thing. The only thing I do recommend, and I can say that I'll go into detail on how I use my phone more. Would you guys want a video on that? I have a lot of things on my phone, not just apps, but like pictures and all this other stuff. And it is like the number one tool I probably use most of the open water season. So I can do a video on that for you guys. I can do just a video on how to optimize using your phone to catch more fish. I'll do something like that for you. Because it always surprises me when I talk to somebody and I'm like, yeah, I just used this on my phone, or I did this, or I saved this on my phone, and people will, like, the same thing everybody says. I would have never thought of that. And it's kind of just funny because, like I said, I've fished my whole life, and there's so many things in my brain I need to share. It's going to drive me crazy. But hopefully, yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll do a whole video on that just alone. That way you guys have a much better grasp on, like, how I go out and get things done. It's the only way I can think of helping you guys with the phone thing. But try to think of something else you guys might want to know about. So I want to do more cooking things. I want to do more camping, stuff like that. Would you guys want to see that kind of stuff? I have places in mind for this fall because I like camping when it's cold and there's no bugs. But would you guys be down to see, like, how I set up my stuff and what I bring with me and all that kind of stuff, like those vlogs, like a camping vlog? Obviously, I'd be doing fishing because that's why I go camping. I stay places and, try to stay as close as I can to the water. There's not much catch cleaning and cooking over campfires when I do a regular campfire thing because I don't usually fry my food. I just I do box fires and stuff like that. But I can do some stuff like that. Ed, I'm trying to figure out a way to get that done. I'm really trying to. I've slept in my other, like, old ice shacks on, like, the floors because I had, like, floors in my ice shacks. But now I would have to get, like, a cot or something like that. I have to figure something out. If I can figure something out for ice camping, I'm definitely doing that because I would much rather just drive somewhere and stay on a spot or out on the ice for like 2 or 3 days and then come home than, like, most times you guys don't even understand. I drive, I'll drive 4 to 5 hours, fish all day, and then drive 4 to 5 hours back because I don't have anywhere to sleep. So I'm definitely down to try to figure out how to get into some camping on the ice. Good luck, Ed. Have fun with it. Remember to anchor or bank in your ice shack if you don't know the weather. I've had buddies tell me they were sleeping in they were in hard houses, but there was no snow and they didn't anchor their shacks and they woke up on the other side of the lake. So there's always that. Unless you got a really nice hard house or like a ice castle or something like that, then it doesn't matter. Then you guys will be fine. I do want to get into doing kind of stuff like that eventually, but I don't really need an ice castle or anything nice like that. I don't consider that really fishing anymore. I consider that sitting in a hotel with holes in the floor. Yeah, so I'm going to probably end it soon here. Peterson, the squealer, is dead. I'm going to try to get it worked on, and I've been trying to look for a replacement, basically, because it seems like it's going to cost more to fix it than it would to just buy another one. So I'm in that area, but I don't have any money. So yeah, I'm in that area too. So all the donations and everything that you guys give me, all the likes and all the comments and all the video shares, that's going to be what probably replaces my squealer, because right now I've found replacements, but everybody thinks their 80s three-wheeler is worth more than a brand new four-wheeler. So yeah, that's something I could probably do, Patrick. That makes sense. Stay off the ice with the Jeep unless it's nice. The big thing, Peterson, is I'm hoping that we get really thick ice right away and then snow, because I still have the snowmobile. I'll still be able to get out with that as long as we have thick enough ice. How to catch a turtle instead of a catfish? I don't know if I could put myself through that. That's stressful. And the last thing I need to find on the end of my line isn't like a 4 or 5 pound turtle, but like 100 pound snapping turtle or something like that. I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, I seen that, Peterson. I'm hopefully I get a chance to get on some good ice for a nice long season this year. I've been rehabbing like crazy, working out as much as I physically can. That's why I'm so tired right now. I did a whole deadlift session yesterday that it went really well, but I'm completely drained for energy, and it's going to take like 2 days to completely heal from that. I did a long bike ride for some cardio today. So yeah, I'm pushing it. I'm ready for ice season, but I'm looking forward to this fall too. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the fall videos too. Just remember, the more videos you guys watch, share, like, the better my ice season goes too. So this is like a 365-day a year thing. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out this season so far. I know I kind of got sucked into the rivers, but it's been a long time, and I grew up on rivers, so it's kind of like home. That's the biggest thing, is like the ability to feel comfortable even when I'm in brand new spots is a really big thing for me. I like the adventure. I like trying new things, but I also like the idea of getting out to spots and really like being able to put my knowledge to use and see how well it does. I have some ideas for some very large fish here in the near future. I have this month to play with them, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I've never targeted them, but I'm gonna try. So 80s baby. Were you trying to say where I pick to fish for walleye in the fall and winter? Like kind of how I choose my spots? Because I could do a video on that. I could definitely do that. I could set one up. Kevin, I appreciate all the support. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I can do not necessarily, because it's never really spot breakdown. That's the hardest thing a lot of people don't get, is it's not going to be like, this specific spot, because the reason I catch the fish is, and sorry, that was my alarm going off. There's multiple spots, and that's the idea, is you want to have a plethora of locations to try, and that way you're actually, I guess, making it so that you're on top of them always, even if the fish aren't there. Like, I don't know if it's hard to describe that, but I'll definitely do a video 100% based on like where you should try to find them and like where to start. That'll be your best bet, is like where to start and kind of where to continue through your day or night, wherever you're fishing. But yeah, I can do that. But yeah, I think the big thing here, I'll try to help you out. Are you fishing tomorrow? 80s? Because if you're fishing tomorrow, tell me what kind of lake you're on. Okay. I was gonna say, if you could tell me what kind of lake you're on, I could tell you a good spot to start and like go from there. But I mean, it's really hard without knowing the type of water, the water content, the temperature, how many fish are in it. Like, there's a lot of information that goes into how I find things, and that's I'll do I'll do a big overview for you where it's like there's a checklist I go through, and when I get to the bottom of the checklist, if I think that body of water kind of like, you know, hits a couple of those key markers, that's when I'm like, yeah, it's worth going to that lake, because it's not really even worth me fishing a body of water if you know, there's a couple of little things and that's it. You know, you might catch some dink walleye if you fish till 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and a full moon. Like, I don't care about that. I've been talking to my cousin about getting into muskie fishing. I'm going to try to stay away from that as long as I can. But I don't know. If for whatever reason this channel takes off like crazy and I'm doing really good, I'm probably going to invest in some muskie gear because I know where to get them. And yes, I actually do. I know where to go to find them. I've seen them many times. I know what they're chasing. I know what they're eating. I just don't have the money for the gear. It's like just playing a little bit. It's you know, it's expensive. So more hats off to you, muskie guy, because it's just so much money, and I don't have that. So I'll catch you later, Kevin. I just saw that now. Thanks for stopping by, and like I said, always thanks for the support. I very much appreciate it. Um, Tin Man. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I have a family get together tomorrow that I'm gonna try and cook all the food and do all the stuff for. That's gonna be fun to do all day. So hope everybody else had a good weekend. I hope everybody else has a good day tomorrow. And yeah, like I said before, comment below if you guys can think of anything after this live stream. I'll leave it up so you guys can comment, and I will try to put together you know, a big list of videos that are, you know, I'll try to break up all this stuff and I'll put together the stuff that makes the most sense. Obviously, I'm not going to make 1,000 videos off of each subject, but we could try. So thank you guys for having the time and, you know, patience to come out and give me some questions and answers. And like I said, later this week I'll do if you guys do me a big favor, think of some stuff that will help everybody out for this fall. I don't care what subject matter it is on, and comment below. And then, like I said, I'll come up with some videos and we will see how it goes. I'll catch you later, Peterson. Thanks again for everybody else coming out. Have a good one.